It's so new. There's a lot of questions about how it's going to, about how much students are aware of it, how much students might be using it.
I would say about 2 years ago I started to read about the educational opportunities involved in AI, and then of course in your personal life you understand what AI is and some of the aspects of it, but really in the last 2 years I've started to take a look at it in the job.
I started to play with it, and what I realized is it's very easy to like kind of succumb to what it gives you, because it's like, wow, look, it can give you what seems like anything you want.
Hey everyone, there's now robots that can copy human thoughts and feelings and pose as a human as well. Sounds a little like Terminator if this goes wrong. But this tool is also known as AI, and it's in all of our phones and computers. Artificial intelligence is a field that combines computer science and robust data sets for problem solving. It's a technology that can be used to perform complex tasks that once required human input. The software is similar to humans in the aspect where it processes information and learns from experiences. However, it does it much faster. It's already being used all around us in automated cars, smart assistants, chatbots, and more. Now that you have a general understanding of AI, let's dive into a deeper look.
Hey, what are you working on?
I have this English essay due tomorrow, first period, but I am nowhere near done with it.
Are you gonna be done in time for the party tonight? I've been talking about it for weeks.
I know. I don't think I'll have it finished by night. I'm so upset. I was really looking forward to this.
That sucks. Why don't you try one of those AI things?
AI? What's that?
No. Artificial intelligence. There's tons of websites about it online.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it the other day. That would quicken up the process. Maybe you can still go to the party.
Are we allowed to do that?
With increasing usage of AI technology, there has been a speculation whether it has become a tool or a terror.
So for teachers, they're trying to figure out, is this a blessing or a curse? Similarly for administrators. So I personally like to look at things as, okay, we have these tools, how can we use them? But we also want to make sure that they're not misused.
There's some really cool things coming out of AI, but I also believe that there's a personal piece to art making that AI cannot accomplish. There's an emotional level that AI doesn't understand that can't happen in AI-generated artwork.
Maybe creating an outline for an idea or giving us a good start for, say, a paragraph or a letter if we're not sure where to go.
AI can be seen as a useful tool that can be used impactfully inside the classroom if used the right way.
I think it has a place in the classroom if used appropriately. I think it could be like a great tool. But you have to spend time then with the technology. You have to know how to use the technology to your benefit. So I think that's where the lessons come from. I think that's where the optimism comes from.
It's definitely something that can be used productively. First of all, like I was suggesting, we have a responsibility to educate students like yourself, and it's part of the world. It's going to be part of your world. It's going to be part of my world. It's part of the world. So it's not something to be banned. It is something to be aware of, to account for.
I do think that teachers are going to use AI software as a resource and as a tool. It's something that students will learn how to use effectively instead of using it as a crutch when they don't know what to do or when they want to cheat. I think that certain classes will start using this to speed up their learning process.
Even though students are using AI as a tool, some people are worried that this technology can be harmful in the classroom.
So when I think of AI in terms of my discipline, because I teach Spanish, I'm thinking Google Translate. And I think that a lot of students have turned to that as a tool. And it really does sometimes hinder their ability to learn language fully.
If you're not using your brain to problem solve, but you're using a resource that's doing the work for you, you're not putting those pieces together. Your brain is not mapping those things. So I think in the case of affecting schoolwork where students don't feel like doing the work, so they use this as a way to plagiarize.
If a student is writing an essay using chat or having an essay written over ChatGPT, it's pulling from all of the information that's already available. So if someone is turning in an essay without proofreading it, they could potentially be pulling information that's not true.
AI technology can be used on either side of the spectrum, but it's up to the user to decide how they use this life-changing mechanism. For BMB, I'm Tyler Steinberg.
I don't know about this. It doesn't seem entirely ethical. Like, why should I rely on AI?
Well, how else are you going to make it to the party? Do you want to go or not?
I mean, I guess you're right.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, guys?
Well, I have this essay due tomorrow, and that party I told you about, yeah, it's tonight. So these two are trying to convince me to write it with AI.
Isn't that technically cheating?
It's not like she's using someone else's work.
Yeah, but it's not her work either.
From self-driving cars to predictive policing, AI technology has revolutionized the way we live and work. But with this increased reliance on AI, ethical concerns have been raised about its impact on society. In this news package, we take a closer look on the ethics of AI and explore the potential risks and benefits of this rapidly advancing field.
When it comes to ethical, I think it's, in terms of language again, I would say students should take pride in the work that they're doing and want to create and use the language on their own, even if that means making mistakes and not having perfect language. But it does do a disservice. They're not really learning when they use a AI translator like Google Translate.
So the ethics of AI really are going to revolve around, to put it simply, academic integrity and how this program is utilized. Is it utilized as a tool for reference, which I think will be okay? Is it utilized as a tool for construction? Am I going to represent my work from ChatGPT work? And if that's the case, then that's obviously ethically not going to be okay.
AI technology has also raised the question of job security. As artificial intelligence becomes more versatile and advanced, the public is getting worried. 38% of employees expect their jobs to be automated by 2023. For example, how would you feel if your artwork was outright stolen by someone and claimed as their own? You might be seeing this is not allowed, but with the recent advances in artificial intelligence, this hypothetical may become a reality.
I'd be really upset and disappointed if I found out that someone else was using my art and claimed it as my own. It's art making is a process. It's incredibly personal. When you make a work of art, part of you goes into it, and when it gets taken by somebody else, it's stealing. It's intellectual property. It's emotional property. It's personal, and it's not okay.
At the beginning of the year, we ask all students to review the district's plagiarism guidelines to demonstrate awareness that they know what plagiarism and academic dishonesty is and is not. I think it's important for all students to know that academic dishonesty has anything to do with presenting work that is not your own and claiming that it is something that you created without assistance.
It is important that we approach AI technology with caution, as its ethical implications can provide a difficult dilemma for teachers, administrators, and artists all around the world. For BMB, I'm Sid Al-Sedi.
I'd say a little bit, only because I like Siri.
Just now.
I heard about it this year. My friends started using it for a lot of their schoolwork.
I don't know when I learned about it, probably from about in 6th grade, when it became popularized, I guess.
I've heard about AI about a year ago, about different programs like Quillbot, which can generate and reuse words for you. So
I started hearing about it this year, and some of my friends use it.
Don't know what AI is. No, because that would be cheating, and I don't cheat.
no, because I didn't know what it was.
No, because I think it's cheating.
I considered using the AI once or twice, but I realized that ultimately it's not really good, and it's better to do work by yourself rather than have an AI do it for you.
I have not, because that's cheating.
No, I think it's cheating.
I mean, if you're not good at typing, essays and stuff, it could definitely help you out, and make it easier and more efficient to do your work.
I personally consider it cheating because, if it writes your essay for you, you're not really doing any of the work.
Never. Yeah.
Never seriously as in to actually use to write an essay, but I daydreamed about it, how I would write this incredible essay and send it to Mark Zuckerberg for an interview. I don't know.
Yeah, some of my friends and some other people in the school use it.
Yes.
A couple of my friends have tried it, but other than that, I couldn't tell you.
Yes, I do know someone.
That's pretty much everyone I know, with the exception of Matthew Keegan, our class president.
I agree with that statement.
Yes, many of the people in English classes use it mostly for that because no one really wants to write an essay nowadays.
Grades that my friends have got have been bad from it because it doesn't give you as much details as you need to get a good grade.
No, definitely not.
Education is evolving every day with new technologies being introduced into the system. AI is one of those tools that has been introduced in the past few months. AI is all around us and its impacts are being felt in every area of our lives, including schools.
It's so new. There's a lot of questions about how it's about how much students are aware of it, how much students might be using it. I think that's really something we're going to see play out in the next couple of years. I think it's really a big question mark in terms of how it's going to impact education.
When I first started teaching, everything was in a book and you had to put it together and you had to think about it and you had to piece it all together. Now a computer can do it for you, but are you learning as much along the way?
With new technology comes new challenges.
Yeah, I think the first challenge is the plagiarism challenge. How it's being addressed, I think we're updating our plagiarism policy here. But for me personally, it's just a simple conversation like, look, here's your writing and here's what the AI produced, and it's pretty clear that it's not your writing.
The teacher was running some of the content that the AI bot generated through a plagiarism checker, and the plagiarism checker was not picking up that the work was indeed plagiarized. So it kind of came to me as a shock and awe sort of situation, like, oh my goodness, this is out there. It's going to change everything. We need to deal with it.
Teachers adapting to the new challenges presented by AI has led to new conversations held in the classroom.
I can think of one student recently who used AI to write a reflection piece in a book that we're reading. And I just simply had a conversation with him and pointed out the difference in his language and phrasing and what the bot produced, and he openly admitted that he used it. There are other students who have spoken to me, again, about using it as an aid or to guide them, and then there's, I'm sure, a lot of students who are using it and missing it, or they're not being open about it.
So the challenge, I would say, is that's the primary, I think, tool that a lot of students turn to when they're writing a longer writing or they're doing a project. I address it by just saying at the beginning of an assignment that I don't expect them to use it. I expect them to use other resources or ask me or use resources I've given them in class, just so that they don't start to rely on that as a tool.
Despite creating numerous challenges in the classroom, some teachers believe that AI can serve as a positive educational tool.
Because I do think there's some things to be said about the personal tutor, where artificial intelligence is able to diagnose individual students more quickly than a teacher might be able to and give repetitive sort of questions to practice.
Yeah, no, I use it in my classroom for prompts, for writing prompts, to help me generate quick quizzes, paragraphs to correct for grammar and punctuation, capitalization, usage. It makes spelling exams, basic things that would take me a little bit of time to put together, it could knock out.
For BMB, I'm Brianna Bolin.
Okay, so I'm on it. Now, what do I do?
So you just right up here in the corner, you could start a new chat, right? And then just type in what you want the AI to make for you. Just try to be as specific as possible. Yeah, so type something along the lines of, write me an essay about the book Life of Pi, or anything like that.
Oh, that should work.
See, told you.
Since when is this just a thing people can use?
Well, you just made an account in, what, 5 minutes? It's newer, but everyone can access it fairly easily.
There's no doubt that the popularity of AI has skyrocketed recently. Over the past few months, AI has been making headlines with new breakthroughs and applications every other day. But do people really know how long AI has been around for?
About a year ago.
I started hearing about it this year.
I heard about it this year.
You know, that could date back to the inception of 1950s, maybe the boom in the 1980s. But I think that maybe someday we'll find out that artificial intelligence was being used 5,000 years ago with relations to building the pyramids.
AI has actually existed way longer than people realize, dating back all the way to 1951. But the idea of it can be traced back to ancient Greek philosophers trying to describe thoughts as symbols. You may not believe me, but AI is actually pretty common in our daily lives, and it has been for the past 20 years.
Yeah, again, most recently, because I didn't actively know I was using AI, but prior to the last couple of months, anytime I called tech support, I was speaking with an AI. As I was writing emails in Gmail, as I was writing documents in Word and in Google, there was some sort of intelligence there predicting what I was about to say next, trying to supply hints and suggestions for me.
I've used AI unintentionally on my smartphone for a voice assistant, maybe in home use for smart applications. Self-checkout systems uses AI, so not specifically intentionally, but I think unintentionally I've been using AI.
Nowadays, it's actually more uncommon not to be using AI in your daily life. Studies show that 97% of mobile users have a voice assistant powered by AI, and 40% of these mobile users use these search functions at least once a day. We know how AI has grown to be a natural part of our lives over the past 20 years, but now the question is where we are going from here. For BMB, I'm Gisette Chavarria.
Okay, what are your thoughts on the prospects of artificial intelligence?
I think it's incredible potential, but we also need to be cautious about the risks it poses.
Agreed. We need to make sure that we're not sacrificing our humanity in the pursuit of technological advancement.
Absolutely. Artificial intelligence has the power to solve some of the world's biggest problems, but we need to ensure that it's used in a way that benefits society as a whole.
I don't know much about this step, but it sounds like it could be dangerous.
The power of artificial intelligence can be used to achieve great things, but it can also be a weapon in the wrong hands.
One thing that concerns me is the potential for artificial intelligence to automate jobs and leave people without work.
Yes, we need to address that issue, find ways to provide economic security for those jobs that are displaced by automation.
We also need to be mindful of how artificial intelligence is designed and used. We can't allow it to perpetuate inequality and discrimination.
Absolutely. We need to ensure that it is developed in a way that promotes fairness and equality, and that it doesn't exacerbate existing social and economic disparities.
Wait! How do we make sure that artificial intelligence doesn't do that?
We must establish clear regulations and guidelines for development and usage to prevent such abuses.
We need to make sure that it's transparent and accountable so that we can detect and address any potential problems.
Yes, we also need to work on developing artificial intelligence that can be aligned with human values and goals, so that we can ensure that it's always working in our best interests.
Ultimately, we need to make sure that it serves humanity and enhances our lives, rather than threatening them.
I couldn't agree more. We have a responsibility to ensure that artificial intelligence is developed and used responsibly, and with the best interests of all people in mind.
Well, that sounds like a lot of work.
The test may be great, but the potential benefits are even greater.
That was funny, right? These voices and the words they spoke were completely generated by free and publicly available AI software. I don't have a degree, I don't even have a driver's license. It's scary to imagine how far misinformation can go as these tools progress. We've come to a point where seeing people like Obama, Trump, and Biden playing video games is as commonplace as your average dance video on TikTok. Clearly, AI and media is something we have to reckon with in our future. In fact, we already are.
Throughout this video, it has been all business. However, I think it's time to take this topic to a different level, about how it can affect our entertainment. With recent developments in new AI technology, Microsoft has teamed up with OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, to teach an AI how to play one of the most recognizable games ever, Minecraft. Minecraft is a game about creativity and endless possibilities, with an infinite number of different worlds you can create. And people have worked endlessly to learn how to design, build, and use their creativity to create structures that express themselves and their talents. Well, talents. However, in a demo that Microsoft hosted with a ChatGPT program, these talents are sort of losing their novelty, as AI is now learning how to create as if it was human. In the demo, a simple command such as "build me a car" has shown that AI has the ability to create a car without any of the effort and talent that is required from a human being. This creates a dilemma. As this AI develops and learns from the outside world, how can this affect other games? In competitive games such as Fortnite, there are already issues with cheating. Now with artificial intelligence that has the ability to learn from past experience to play games, what does this mean for the gaming scene? Theoretically, in the future, people will be able to tell an AI to play a game for them, or control certain aspects that can provide an unfair advantage, and there wouldn't be an easy way to detect it. The issue can then evolve to a further point where AI is evolving to play video games, which could take over an entire industry. With integrity in the video games to protect against people using third-party clients to give unfair advantages, AI learning how to play video games can cause an issue, whether it is concerned cheating or not. Now in the future, there will most likely be plenty of research to find ways past AI interference, but as we evolve, so does AI. So, will we ever find a solution to this possible issue? Well, that is an issue that cannot yet be answered. From BMB, I'm Anthony Hoffman.
You're doing more assignments?
Obviously. I don't need to try anymore. I could just use the AI.
I don't think this is a good idea. What if the AI crashes or you don't get the right answers?
Move over. I have an English paper due later this week.
Yeah, I don't think you should be using AI like that. Get in a lot of trouble.
And no need to worry, Aiden. When does technology ever fail us?
Over the past few years, AI technology has been transforming various sectors, including education. However, in recent months, AI technology has taken a quantum leap with groundbreaking tools like DALL-E and ChatGPT. These revolutionary tools are pushing the boundaries of human interaction and raise serious questions about the future of technology and its impact on our lives.
I think that we need to approach this very carefully with our eyes open, and we need to determine at what point technology is becoming a burden rather than becoming a tool. Technology should never replace natural creativity. Chatbots should never replace human interaction or authentic friendships. There are so many things that technology can do. The question is, should it do?
As AI continues to advance, it is becoming increasingly capable of performing tasks across a range of industries. This has led to growing optimism that AI will enhance worker productivity and improve efficiency. However, many are concerned that this increased reliance on AI may have negative effects on job security.
I think AI is going to rapidly increase our production of technology in any field. AI is going to be able to have anybody jump in and start manipulating and changing and finding out information. It's not only researching, but it's doing the work for people. So people's jobs are going to be rapidly increasing how much they can output with that tool. So I think every software, every industry is going to see the use of AI, and it's going to speed up growth and displace jobs.
While AI technology has been in development for several decades, it is only now reaching new heights of popularity and usage. The explosive growth of tools like ChatGPT, which garnered over 100 million users in just 2 months, is a testament to increasing interest in experimentation in AI.
I think that the important thing for us to all realize is that AI, whether we like it or not, is going to be significant in our future. And at some point, we'll look back on these moments and think about how silly we all look trying to figure this out, sort of like cavemen figuring out fire for the very first time.
As AI continues to shape and impact society, it is essential to recognize that we now live in a world where these new and potentially disruptive technologies are a part of our daily lives. In order to navigate the impact of AI on society, we must be willing to embrace and adapt to its presence, finding ways to leverage its benefits while minimizing its potential risks.
I imagine that more things like ChatGPT will come up. Then there'll be things to check ChatGPT. They've already started to come out. So who knows where we're going to go next. But my feeling is we have to try and embrace it because you can't fight it. They're going to keep coming. So I look forward to seeing what comes next, but I don't know what's coming next.
For BMB, I'm Maya Stone.
Wow, what is that usually doesn't last that long? Anyways, that's it for me, and now, you know.